I remember the first war. The way the sky burned. The faces of angels destroyed.
Hello everyone and welcome to another video by Centipede Geek. Today I'm going to talk about the FX original television series by the name of The Americans. I'm going to discuss my thoughts and opinions upon episode 11 titled Covert War. And without any further ado, let's go ahead and get to it, shall we? So pretty much we have one main key element going on, and that is a Russian spy has been killed in this episode. And the Russian spy was killed by an FBI agent because the FBI agent's boss, or whatever he is, the boss of the FBI agent, told him to do so. So Carrie Russell's character, Elizabeth has it set in her mind to kill the person that ordered the FBI agent to do so. And she does this because she's just tired of the Russian spies dying. And Matthew Rye's character, Philip keeps trying to tell her, don't do this, we could get found out, it's not good, you're not thinking right. But Elizabeth just won't be persuaded. She has it set in her mind, it's her goal, it's her mission to kill him. She's sick of her Russian spy friends dying. So, and plus, I forget his name, the Zhukov guy died, and she's heartbroken about that. She's just heartbroken in general, so she can't be persuaded. Major spoilers coming up for this review, so if you don't like spoilers, go ahead and click the stop button. If you do, keep on watching. So anyways, let's get back to it. So about 40 minutes in, Elizabeth ends up actually changing her mind, and she realizes that she was out of her mind, that she shouldn't have done this, she was not thinking straight, that whole thing, and she decides, because what they end up doing is to get him, to kill him. She's at the bar, she's getting ready to have sex with him in the bathroom, and then she gets in this whole fight scene where she takes the paper towel thing and smacks him over the head, knocks him out. They bring him into like some sort of industrial warehouse place, and she has him tied to a chair, and when she's just about to kill him, she ends up not pulling the trigger, and Matthew Rye says, I'll kill him, but she says, no, don't do so, and they end up just letting them go. Well, what ends up happening at the end of this episode, it seems like the FBI agents are going to get real close to finding out who our two main Russian spies are, Philip and Elizabeth's character. And the reason I say that is because at the end of this episode, we have, the FBI agent that, ordered them to do the killings. He goes and tells the FBI that he was captured, and though he was captured by Russian spies, he was not killed. So the FBI agents are one step closer to finding out who our two major Russian spies are. And then the next promo for the next episode, we actually have, it looks like, a drawing of both Philip and Elizabeth's character. So, they're really close to finding out who they are. So, I'm pretty sure it's a drawing of them too. I don't know who else it would be a drawing of. So, the FBI has a sketch of our two main lead characters, Philip and Elizabeth, played by Matthew Rye and Carrie Russell, the actor and actress. Anyways, so that's pretty much it. We also have some other things going on this episode, such as, the FBI agent's wife, his name's Stan, I believe. Stan's wife finally finds out that he has been cheating on her. She doesn't know all the details, but he has been away from home, for like 4 hours every day. He's spending too much time with the Russian spy girl, and she gets drunk one night with Carrie Russell's character, Elizabeth, in the bar. And she finally comes home drunk and says, I know what you're doing. I know you're cheating on me. So she's getting very suspicious. Stan tries to persuade her nonetheless. It doesn't make any difference to her. So what actually Stan goes and tells the Russian spy girl, he's like, hey, we have to stop having sex. We can't be in a relationship anymore. Well, right when he tells her this, the Russian spy girl goes to put her bra and her clothes back on, But it looks like Stan had some second choices because he goes behind her and starts to undress her, starts to kiss her, and they start to have sex again. So we have that whole thing going on where he said he was going to stop, but yet he ended up having sex with her, so he didn't actually stop. So, I thought he was going to. I thought he was being legit, but he didn't. We also have, I think it was one of the first times seeing the character. We haven't seen the guy very much. I don't think we have, at least. We have a Russian general in this episode, and I really hope they start showing him more because I really enjoyed the Russian general's character. Anyways, in this episode, this Russian general is he knows what's going on between Philip and Elizabeth, Carrie and Matthew. He knows what's going on between them. He knows they're not living together, and he tries to tell her that they need to get back together. They're a good match. They work well together. He wants them to fall in love. He keeps making these analogies about his dog, about his garden, and just great analogies. It's a great character in general. I don't know if he'll be shown much more. Anyway, so towards the end of this episode, Carrie Russell, Elizabeth goes back to Philip's apartment, or his hotel, and asks him, hey, she's like, she doesn't directly say, you need to come back and live with us, but she hints at it and she implies it, and Matthew Rise either doesn't want to go back and live at the house, or he just didn't catch her implication. He didn't catch what she was implying, because he actually has bought has rented out an apartment, and he doesn't want to live at the hotel anymore. He has an apartment, and so towards the end of this episode, she walks out the door kind of bummed out because she actually wanted to get back together with him, but he didn't catch what she was implying. So that was a really heartbreaking moment. I expected at the end of this episode for them to get back together, be all lovey-dovey and kiss, whatever you do, and go back to the house and be on their merry way. But it seems that the series is not going in that direction. For right now, they're still, their marriage is still hitting the pause button, and they're still separated, living in 2 different places, taking care of their kids in 2 different places. Anyway, so that's the main plot of the FX original television series by the name of The Americans for episode 11, titled Covert War. My thoughts and opinions on this episode: another solid entry into the episodic series known as The Americans on FX for episode 11, Covert War. I really enjoyed this episode overall. What the great thing about The Americans is, I know I've said this several times, but I gotta say it again. The great thing about Americans is though it's a political show, though it has a lot of politics in, with, Russia, and America and the president, being shot like 4 or 5 episodes ago, though we have all these politics going on because it's a very political show, politics is only the backdrop of The Americans. The great thing is at the core of this show, we have this great drama about these 2 people that are Russian spies, but they split up because they're not getting along. Then we have this other great drama between Stan and his wife because Stan is cheating on him with a Russian. And, the Russian and the Americans aren't supposed to get along, but yet he's starting to fall in love with her. I don't know if he's falling in love, but he's at least having sex with the Russian spy, right? So we have these great drama going on between all these characters. We have Carrie Russell's character is suffering because the main, Russian guy died. The leader of the Russians died. So we have that whole thing going on. Like I said earlier, even though The Americans at heart is a political show, we have all this inner drama going on that it just equals up to be a great series in general. I mean, you don't have to be into politics to like this show. If you like drama, this should be your kind of show because we have some great written dialogue, some great actors. I mean, I really enjoyed the sequence with Matthew Rhys in this episode where he was like acting like he was a narrator on like a National Geographic sort of animal, biography kind of show, Discovery Channel kind of show, and he was like narrating to the kids, and the kids are laughing. He picked up the kids, playing with them. I really enjoyed that, just sort of, I guess you could say, family sequence between Matthew Rhys and his kid Paige, and I can't remember the boy's name. Anyways, so there's great drama, great acting overall, great political elements, and for, a political series, I'm really enjoying this a lot. I have nothing bad to say about this episode. The fighting choreography was great in the bathroom. I really enjoyed that scene. Just, once again, great fighting choreography. The fighting choreography was also, I thought, really well done towards the beginning when the Russian spy died and the blood ran down his head. And even though he shot him in the head, he shot him again in the back, even though the guy was already dead. I kind of got a kick out of that scene just because, why shoot the guy again when you're already dead? But who cares, right? More blood, right? Anyways, that's pretty much my thoughts and opinions for episode 11 titled Covert War. Next, we only got 2 weeks left in The Americans. Episode 12 and 13, April 24th, and then the finale will air May 1st of 2013. Episode 12 is titled The Oath, and episode 13 is titled The Colonel. So, that's pretty much it. Like I said, every episode of The Americans comes on every Wednesday night, 9 o'clock Central, 10 o'clock Eastern for everyone else. Once again, thanks for watching. Make sure to like, comment, subscribe to my page below, and I will see you guys later with more videos by Centipede Geek.